Postcard city on the edge of the map. Fingers trace the places where the stories overlap. I've been running, you've been flying, chasing dreams that never land. Let's meet in the middle, start again where we began. Pack a bag, grab the keys. We'll rewrite our memories. Catch up, let's rewind the time. Lost years don't matter when the laughter's prime. Catch up, let's hit the road. Friendship's a fire that never goes cold.
So, welcome, Tyler. We're here at CWF Studios, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know, this is Tyler Hill. And before we get into your story, I want to pitch you an idea. Okay, I know the deathmatch wrestling is really big right now. I was thinking, what if we start a company called Canadian Debt Match? And basically, you wrestle to clear all your past debts.
I know a few guys.
Well, I'm wrestling Eric Kearney right away.
Oh man.
Yeah, Canadian Debt Match. I thought that was had a good ring to it.
I don't want to get in trouble for using the name. I don't know if it's trademarked or anything, but
Yeah. So, you started actually here, right? CWF?
back in TWA days, but yes.
TWA.
Yes, the Thorn Wrestling Academy.
That's right. Okay, what year was that when?
That would have been early 2008 because I had my first match in November of 2008, so probably June or July.
So you're like 17 years in the business?
With training and everything, with time, yeah, it'd be about
That's wild.
17 and a half. 18
I didn't
years.
realize you'd been around that long.
It's been a long time.
Holy cow. Holy shit. Okay, and then for those of you who don't know, Chris Thorne, he runs CWF. He's a wrestling trainer, promoter, wrestler himself. You guys would have seen him on the first episode, Little Plains, where we went up and did those boot camps and all that stuff.
Great episode.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're still figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. It's been a while since I've done this. So when you started out training, it was here, not here, but with TWA, with Thorne. What were your thoughts initially? Did you think it was like awesome, or were you like,
Well, to be completely honest, I absolutely sucked.
oh, you sucked?
Oh, bad. Like, I think it took me 3.5 months to learn how to bump. Couldn't let go of the middle rope and land on my back, all scared.
Did you wrestle in high school or anything?
I did amateur wrestling in high school,
that's-
but
yeah.
you get taken down by force. You don't
Yeah,
get taken
yeah.
down willingly.
A lot
you
of
know?
wrestlers, like amateur wrestlers, have a hard time sometimes learning to bump because they're so used to their back not touching the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I was so bad that Thorne actually looked at my father, who used to bring me to class, and told him to stop bringing me because he just told him, "You're not going to make it in this business."
Which, by the way, that's saying a lot because I don't think Thorne turns anyone away anymore.
Much different guy about 15 years ago.
Yeah, he actually was weeding people out. That's crazy. Obviously, since then, you've done a lot and you've transitioned into a different type of wrestler. But even before then, like, do you think, like, you trained with Thorne, and then obviously that led to you being able to go on the tours, right? The Northern Canadian Death Tours and all that.
Yep.
Do you think you learned a lot on those tours?
Oh,
or?
of course. I mean, I wrestled Thorne probably 500 times.
Yeah.
2 years. like it was every show, sometimes twice a night.
Yeah.
It would be Thorne. I mean, the stories I could tell you about me and Thorne in those rings. I mean, you didn't have a choice with Thorne.
I've heard some of
You
these
know?
stories, like especially when Ernie Todd used to run CWF and
that's-
things were a little
I
different.
Love Ernie. I mean, hated him at the time, but love him
Yeah.
now. You know, it's one of those things. But like I'm talking like this was old school. This is old wrestling training back in the day. So like you learned real quick, or else you didn't make it. It's one of those.
The reason I ask is because a lot of people, they hear like about these Northern Canadian tours. They know that it's like primarily wrestling in front of kids, and it's very, they like a lot of people would call Gaga and stuff like that. But a lot of people think that there's not much to be learned on those tours. When I totally disagree. It's like your footwork gets so much better,
Dude,
and like
it's actually harder. in my opinion, wrestling for 50, 20, 100 kids than it is to do it in front of a live crowd. Like, I think it's actually harder to do it on the road than it is like a wrestling show.
Yeah.
Or a big show, because there's only a handful or a couple handfuls sometimes of people that you have to attract into the wrestling match.
Yeah.
You know, when you have 1,000 people there, chances are a lot higher, you know?
Yeah, and they're all wrestling fans. Whereas, like on the road, there might be no wrestling fans there.
Well, you know.
You have to train them.
You do them all the time. You do the tours and everything. I mean, I mean, sometimes you get a range of tours. You get kids who are 2 to 5. You get adults who are 60. I mean, so you got to make sure that you can do it for everybody to understand and everybody to follow. You know, and
Right.
that's a hard thing to do.
Why did you? So, like, obviously, you did the tours for a long time with them and traveled all over the country. And I'm like a glutton for it. Like, for some reason, I love the winter roads. I don't know why. I would quit my job every year if I had a job to go back if that was the case. Why? What do you think changed with you where you ventured off and decided to stop doing those tours and start maybe pursuing other goals?
Personal life.
Yeah.
Personally,
It's hard to keep a wife and stuff
hard
together.
to keep a life
Yeah.
when you're gone from life. You know,
Yeah.
like I finished high school on the road. Like all I knew was the road. You know, I didn't have
Right.
time to be.
You were that young when you went out there.
I was. I think when I started training.
Oh my God.
I'm only
Okay.
33. This is
That's
17,
why.
18 years.
I was gonna say 'cause you seem so much younger.
I think
You
my
are younger.
First tour, I was in grade 11. So I
Wow.
did all my high school on the road.
I would have killed to have that at grade 11. Like,
Yeah, so like it was just one of those things where I never had enough. So I wanted to, you know, live myself, and then time goes on and
Yeah.
take other bookings, and then just never.
was it immediate after the tours, or like how long did it take for you to start transitioning into the more hardcore stuff? So used to, I remember your old gimmick, right, was Thunder, and you used to be more of like a baby face or like
Yeah.
indie style and that. And then all of a sudden, I remember one day I see you online, and you were like a total like deathmatch guy. And I'm not trying to toot your horn, like I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, but you're actually like very well known amongst that scene, and like very like I didn't realize how respected you are in that scene.
You got to find your niche.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And wrestling, like I love wrestling. I love pro wrestling. It's always been a dream of mine to do what we do. You know, it's a job that I don't even have to get paid for. You know, it's
Right.
just one of those things. But I did a death match just to see if I could do it. You know, it was one of those things. You see ECW on TV, you see the hardcore stuff, and you're like, I won. You know. And the very first bump I took in that match, I went, "This is cool." You know, like
Yeah.
it gave me a different vibe. The fans, the match, just everything about that style and those fans and everything else, it just hits different. You know, it's a different kind of adrenaline than wrestling.
Dude, there was this one time we were booked on a show. It was some no-ring show, and Eric Kearney and I were doing the Good Brother Morning podcast at the time, and we had very similar philosophies on wrestling. We differ on some stuff, but we were very like pro wrestling, no hardcore, that kind of style. Like not unless it was built up or something special. And we were at this show in no ring, and we were getting ready to walk out the back door of this bar into the parking lot with this fence around on asphalt, and we both looked at each other and we go, "What are we doing? Like, this is so dumb. Why are we about to do this? This is so stupid." And we went out there and we called it all out there because we didn't really know how to call a death match. We have no idea what we're doing. And we went out there, and very quickly we realized, like, oh, this is fun. Like, we started work. I was basically doing what I do on tour with kids, but adult version. So building up to like sticking a broomstick up his ass or like doing some, you know, spot with
The next level stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like we weren't doing anything crazy, but we were doing like adult humor rather than kids humor, and it was so fun.
I find it's stuff that you can get away with that you can't get away with in the ring.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, and it gets crapped on all the time. You know,
dude, and the
death
fans were
matches, no
so
ring
much
stuff.
better. Like the fans were so fun. It was like big kids. They were all having a blast.
It's
Yeah.
like I said, it's a different breed. You can do shows anywhere, but as soon as you go to a death match or hardcore show, it's a different breed. Like they live for this, you know. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
dude, it was so cool that like I think the ref didn't show up or something, and the crowd was the ref.
Yeah.
They were there for all the count. Like in our finish, big DVD through a table or door, or whatever it was, and it got like it was honestly. I look back, I still watch the match from time to time. It's one of my favorite matches I've ever had in my life, and I thought it was going to be the worst experience, and I could see how that kind of gets addictive.
Yeah, and it's being more scared of what's going to happen to you, and then when you go out to realize that wasn't that bad.
No,
You know,
yeah.
it's actually the shower after that sucks worse than
Well,
anything.
see, I've never gotten as far into it as you. Like I've seen you do. I've seen some pictures of your back and stuff where I'm like, What are you doing,
You
man?
put thumbtacks in me, you put barbed wire in me, leave the water off me afterwards.
It was the one, I think it was, it was a no-ring show I did with you, and your back after looked like it was cheese grater. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine having to lay down after or wear a shirt after that. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what show that was.
it was London. London, yeah. I, again, had another
Oh,
no-ring
the
match.
outside.
No, it was inside. It was Casey Andrews' birthday, I think.
Oh, yes, inside the bar.
Yes, yeah. Our match, again, was not very hardcore, but it was fun.
Yeah, great bit.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, those shows. Do you realize, has it hit you how, because it didn't hit me until I started hearing people talk about you without you being around, how much you're respected
Oh.
in that, like, not just that scene, but the general scene, but especially amongst that, like you're looked at as like top level, you know.
Two breaks, no go. This is the third one.
It's pretty cool because even sometimes I don't really understand. Like, I don't honestly think I'm worth being put in that kind of a light where people respect me, but I get it more and more, especially on like other shows. I mean, I don't want to drop any shows and stuff like that, but on other shows, people come up to me and like ask me opinions on their match or critique or say, hey, what would you do in this part of my match or something like that. And it's like I give them my advice and if it works out or something, it's a cool feeling.
Do you, now the opposite of that, do you find that sometimes that holds you back from, like, do you think people look at you maybe less than because you're in that scene, in the deathmatch scene?
I mean, they can if they
Or do they think like you're not capable of, like sometimes hardcore guys get the rap of, oh, he can't wrestle, that's why he does hardcore.
But that's the difference is a lot of like the hardcore guys that you see, and I'm not naming names or anything, but a lot of the guys you see, they are on track. They're just guys that thought it'd be cool,
Right.
Get a ring back there. But
You did it the other way.
But exactly, I did wrestling for 8 years, 10 years before I even started thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
So it brings a bit of a different thing. But like, to get people getting crapped on over shit on, it's one of those things where you don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Because I know how to work in a ring. I know it.
I actually know this because I've even said it, even there was times when you and I, not that we hated each other, but we didn't get along at times. I used to have a lot of issues. I had a lot of issues and I got under your skin. I know I did. But there's been times when people will be like, not think you and I could work well together because you're a deathmatch guy. Or people would have something to say and I'd be like, no, actually, Tyler's one of the few that I know that if you show up 10 minutes before the show and it's you and me, I can count on to get in there and we can call it and you'll be right there calling stuff and like be with the whole match and actually add stuff that make me better, which is, say a lot of people, it's like not a lot of guys can just hop in the ring and have a good match on the fly.
Actually, I prefer doing it on the fly.
Yeah, and you're good at it.
And if you listen to anybody else's, like, what's it called? Like, you talk about Hogan or any of these other guys, they weren't scripting
Not every, yeah.
stuff. You know, it was
finish or
get out
whatever,
there and
yeah.
we'll talk out there. I mean, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah, I like both ways and everything, but yeah, I would say you're majorly underrated for your actual wrestling outside of the death match,
Thank you.
which probably lends itself to why you're well respected in death match because you probably applied some of that structure and stuff to the way you work as well in there. But yeah, do you have any dates coming up that you want to plug? I know you weren't taking a lot of shows for a while, and
So, there's a few personal things going on. So, for future dates, I'm kind of just at CWF right now.
Okay.
Doing my thing here. And then we'll see where the future kind of goes. But as of right now, it's just strictly CWF. So,
Okay.
whenever they have dates, I'm sure you guys will hear about it.
Sweet. Well, there you hear it, folks. Tune in to CWF. Look up the dates if you want to see Tyler Hill. And if anything else comes up, we'll definitely post it on there. But yeah, man, thanks for catching up.
Thank you so much for calling my show. The episode's over, it's time to go. Good luck, stupid, good luck, stupid. I hope everything works out. Good luck, stupid, good luck, stupid. Don't blame me when it doesn't work out. Good luck, stupid, good luck, stupid. Don't blame me when it doesn't work out.